Everyone, please say 3 times together. Sadhu,
Sadhu, sadhu,
sadhu.
sadhu.
Good evening to everyone. December 24, 2021, Christmas Eve. Since we won't meet tomorrow, let me wish everyone a very happy Christmas time. Merry Christmas. So today too, on this Christmas Eve evening, we join together to practice this wonderful meditation technique, loving kindness meditation. So now today is the third day of the second step. So we started practicing loving kindness meditation first step in the last month, and this month we are practicing the second step. So the old students, they will be asked to practice the second step, and if the new students, they are asked to practice the first step. So first step is so you will spread loving kindness from group to group. First of all, you will spread loving kindness towards yourself. So you will think, may I be well, may I be happy, may I be peaceful. And at the same time, then towards your parents, teachers, relatives, and friends. That is the second group. And spread loving kindness towards them with the same terms. Then after that, please spread loving kindness towards the people who are in the middle. One, either your friends, teachers, relatives, or friends. And at the same time, who are the people or who are not your enemies. And then after that, please spread loving kindness towards your enemies. And then finally, please spread loving kindness towards all the beings in the world. This is the first step. And the old students, they are asked to practice loving kindness from direction to direction. So today's Christmas Eve. So the day before Christmas, before we start the meditation practice, let me tell you a story and start. Because this is a story which is related to Christmas and which is related to loving kindness. So in Thailand, there, some of you might know the great teacher, great meditation teacher called Ajahn. So when he became popular in the West, so many people went to practice under Bhante Ajahn. So that was the month of December. The day was the time was the Christmas time, and the students, the young people who went to practice in that Thai monastery, Wat Bakong monastery, they missed their countries. They were from Europe. They were from USA and Europe. So some of them missed the Christmas time. So Bhante Ajahn then asked the other monks to organize a small Christmas party for those young people. So, with the help of other senior monks, they prepared a Christmas small Christmas evening, not a party like this, a very calm party with some food, just to make the just to calm down the young people. That means give solace to young people. And not only that, those young monks, they got some new friends from outside, they invited some of those lay Buddhist people too. So these lay people who were from the neighboring village, they also came to the Christmas party. When they found out that this is not just a dinner, but it's a Christmas party, some of them became upset. So they became upset means, so back then this happened in 1970s. So Christmas was not popular as a common celebration like this. It was just limited to the people who practice Christianity. So then they were upset, and Bhante Ajahn Chah noticed that they are in sad mood. So Bhante Ajahn Chah, he said, he told, so if you are not happy about the word Christmas, then let me introduce a new word. What is that? Chris. So in between the Chris and the mas, let me input the word Buddha. Then the word becomes Chris Buddhamas. So let's celebrate today, since we celebrate the Christ in the temple. So let's say today is the Chris Buddhamas Day. And then those people understood that this is just a word. Celebration is celebration. So, what happened? The upset faces went away and smile faces came back. All of them started celebrating Chris Buddhamas Day. I don't know, today too, they might be celebrating in Thailand Chris Buddhamas Day. So that's how it is. Whatever the denomination it is, there are various kinds of people in this world. There are various kinds of religions. There are various kinds of ethnicities. There are various kinds of abilities. So by all those means, people are different. So what we need to do is we have to understand that difference, and we have to respect. If it is not harmful, if it is not, then we have to respect those differences, and then we have to include everyone. We have to include everyone in her loving kindness. That's how we practice loving kindness. We don't separate. Oh, these are from this area, that area. So then that continent, this continent. These people are from this religion, that religion. We don't exclude people like that. Instead, we include everyone in our loving kindness. So that's what you are practicing. So, while celebrating the Christmas Eve, today, let's start practicing the loving kindness meditation. As I mentioned, everyone, please, new meditators, please practice the first step of loving kindness. That means, first of all, you spread loving kindness towards yourself, as may I be well, may I be happy, may I be peaceful. Then towards parents, teachers, relatives, and friends, as may my parents, teachers, relatives, and friends be well, be happy, be peaceful. Then, after that, towards the people who are in the middle, then towards the enemies, finally, towards all the beings. When you are done, once again, please start spreading loving kindness to yourself, and then towards the other people. All meditators, all students, please practice the very same technique, second step of loving kindness. So if I remind you again the way that you need to practice. So first of all, please think about all the beings in the north direction. And then please think, may all the beings in the north direction be well, be happy, be peaceful. May they come out of hatred. May they come out of anger. And may they come out of jealousy. May they come out of ill will. May they come out of all the negativities. And may all the beings in the north direction like one another, love one another. And please think about the beings in the south, beings in the west, beings in the east, and then after that, beings above you and beings below you. Towards all the beings, please keep on spreading unlimited, boundless love kindness. Now, everyone, please keep your back straight, neck straight, head straight. Please keep your right palm on your left palm and getting ready to start the meditation. Everyone, please relax. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. With a very calm mind, with a very quiet, very alert, very attentive mind, balanced and very equanimous mind. A mind with full of loving kindness towards all the beings. Everyone, please start the meditation. May your meditation be very, very successful. Very, very successful. Please start the meditation right now. Now, everyone, with a very calm mind, very slowly, please open your eyes. Let your whole body to relax. From top to bottom, bottom to top, let your whole body relax. Now everyone, please join your palms together and please say 3 times together.
Sadhu,
Sadhu, sadhu.
Dear meditators, so now today is the 3rd week and there is only 1 week remaining to practice loving kindness meditation. So next week we will give you the opportunity to ask questions about the loving kindness meditation too. If you have questions, you can ask them. And then at the same time, so 2021, all the meditation sessions are over from next week. So we will start right from the beginning. That means from the first step. We will start the meditation practice on since the first week of January. So it's a totally different course. That means once again we start the 4-month period of breathing meditation, 6-month period of then from May to October Vipassana meditation, and again you will meet loving kindness meditation. I mean, you will practice loving kindness meditation in brief on those days while you are practicing breathing and Vipassana meditations, but not like this broadly. So to practice these 2 techniques, these broad meditation techniques of loving kindness meditation, these 2 steps of loving kindness meditation, you only have 1 week remaining. So within this week too, I would like to request everyone to practice as much as you can, giving your whole entire strength, because it can bring miracles for your life. Practical miracles. So so everyone gets affected by this loving kindness. So even though someone goes to do some kind of harm for a person who has loving kindness, they actually they think twice, and same time, even though they try to do that, it fails. The reason is the power of the loving kindness. Let me tell you another story before I teach you about the 7 things that you need to practice to maintain a good friendship. So after the first 20 years of Buddha's teaching, the Buddha became very popular. A lot of people, millions of people, started following the Buddha from kingdom to kingdom. So in one city that Buddha went, there was a small religious group, and their popularity started going down. So they thought of a way to insult the Buddha, and to become famous again, gain the fame again. So so they picked one beautiful lady, Her name was Chinchi Manavika. Manavika means young girl. Chinchi was her name. So beautiful, very beautiful young girl. That's what it actually means. So Chinchi Manavika. So that young girl, beautiful damsel, they sent her, they influenced her and sent her to the Jetwanarama temple uh, to pretend that she is attending the temple every evening. So actually, she didn't participate in the Dhamma teachings, but she always went inside the temple for the people to notice, and she always she always went here and there closer to the entrance door, and then she did this for a few weeks. Then after a few weeks, then what she did, she started coming. Coming from in the morning, people brought dana, so food for the Buddha sometimes. In the morning, before then she entered the temple and she messed up her hair and came out for those people to see, saying, "Oh, I had a very good night at the Jetavanaram temple," saying like that. So another few weeks went by, and uh, and suddenly one day she came. She came while the Buddha was teaching to the people. She came. Uh, she came to see the Buddha. So the king Kosala was there, and there were ministers. There were many other people, around thousands of people who were listening to the Buddha. She passed all of them and went all the way to the Buddha and stood in front of the Buddha. And she addressed the Buddha. "Buddha, I am pregnant," she said. "You are the father. So you have to ask all these kings and the ministers and everyone to take care of your baby." Then she thought that Buddha may create havoc and he will scold at her, saying, "Oh, how do you say that? I didn't do something like that." Oh, she thought that the Buddha might do havoc. Instead, the Buddha very compassionately looked at her. With a very compassionate glance, he told, "Dear young girl, dear young daughter, the truth, the real truth, the knowers of real truth are only you and myself." So when that was an answer she never expected. Actually, she was not pregnant. She was pretending pregnant. Below the cloth, there were some pieces of wood that she made with the help of some people. So she was so shocked, and the answer was so much unexpected. Actually, she couldn't bear the shock anymore. She started shivering without being able to find out an answer. So what happened? The ties of all those woods, they got loose. They loosed, and then all the wood that was tied to her stomach fell down. Then uh, then then she ran. Then she ran all the way outside the gate of the Jitavanaram temple. Some people tried to go after her, but the Buddha stopped there and let her run. So, so this is how it is. So even though your enemies do something towards you, they always panic in front of your loving kindness. So sometimes they think twice, even though they do, those things won't get fruitful, will be saved because of your loving kindness. So please practice. This is a very, very powerful thing for you, for your life, right? And at the same time, you will be able to live a very happy, very comfortable life throughout until the last breath of your life. So please practice this very ardently. And today I'm going to teach you the 7 things that we need to practice to maintain a good friendship. Actually, wise people's friendship. So, among the wise friends, fights might happen. So, sometimes different people, different opinions, all beings are different. So, because of different opinions, sometimes conflicts might arise at such times. So, just like when you separate water, how fast that water in a sea you separate water. So it doesn't take much time. The water get together very fast. Just like that, they get together very fast. They reconcile very fast. But foolish people's friendships are just like clay pots. When the clay pots fell down, when they are broken, you can't make the same thing again. Make the same clay pot again. Make it the same clay pot. It's not just like when you separate the water of a sea. So then what will happen? It's broken, you have to throw. Foolish people, whenever they broke friendship, they think about the previous, they don't completely forget about the dedication of the friend, and they create a hatred. And then what they will do is they will try to harm. Right? That's how bad friends are. That's how fake friends are. So for the wise people, to maintain a good relationship, good friendship, there are 7 things that Buddha told to practice. So all of you learned who are the 4 fake friends 2 weeks ago. Last week you learned about 4 kinds of good friends. So now, after becoming a good friend, these are the 7 things mainly that you need to practice to maintain that good friendship, noble friendship. Let's see what happens. Number 1, if you can take a paper and please write them down. Right? Number 1. So contentment with what you got. Some people, so among our friends, there are capable friends and there are incapable friends. Some friends maybe they have enough money and stuff, but there may be good friends, but they may not have enough stuff. We need such kind of friends in life. At such times, it is very important. It is very important to be satisfied with what you get from them. So we should not expect a lot. If you expect a lot, then what will happen is you can't maintain a good friendship. You might not notice who actually a good friend is. Sometimes, a very rich person, you have a billionaire friend and a very poor friend. A billionaire friend gives you $10. And let's say that very poor friend gives you $1. So you have to appreciate both equally. And you have to understand that poor friend's dedication is so great than the other person. Why? Because that person gave it with a lot of dedication. So sometimes that person allocated that money. So allocated that money, sacrificing something, because that person doesn't have enough money. So if you are a person who wish a lot of things, you won't see that quality. You won't notice that quality of that good friend, noble friend. Therefore, then that person cannot maintain a good friendship. So first thing, we should not expect a lot from the friends, right? Always you should try to give more than you get more. So that's what friendship means. Always dedication for each other. And at the same time, be satisfied with what you get and expect less. And if you can, give more. Then number 2, greed. If you have a lot of greed, again, you can't maintain a good friendship. If you don't have the satisfaction with what you get, then you can't maintain the friendship. And at the same time, if you have a lot of greed, then you can't maintain a good friendship too. Because you don't like to give. You always try to get as much as possible, but you are not ready to give. Then what will happen is you can't maintain a good friendship. Never. So for the sake of friendship, if you are a noble friend, then you should be able to sacrifice anything for your friends if they are good friends. Whenever you understand they are good friends, for the good friends, for the noble friends, we should be able to sacrifice anything. Right? That is the second quality of maintaining a noble, good friendship. No greed. Satisfaction, no greed. And then number 3, gratefulness. Very important. If someone is ungrateful, then that person cannot maintain a good friendship. Even for the very small thing, you have to be grateful. So let me tell you a story in brief, which happened during the Buddha's time. Okay. One old Brahmin listened to the Buddha's teaching. His name was Radha, and he was so happy, and he wanted to become a monk. He was very old, and at that time, the Buddha asked. There were many monks around the Buddha, and the Buddha asked, any monk who has got anything from this Brahmin, a senior monk, made that monk ordain this Brahmin as a student. So at that time, he was a very old person, and when the teacher accepts this student, not only that teacher has to teach, you have to attend him too. So at that time, Bhante Sariputta, it didn't take much time. Right away, Bhante Sariputta stood up. He said, I know this Brahmin's rather one day, only one day, while I was going to collect food. Monk's tradition is with the bowl, they go from house to house collecting enough food for them to survive. So once a day. So because they eat only once a day. So he gave 1 spoon of rice. One Sariputta said, I will ordain him because he gave me 1 spoon of rice. 1 spoon of rice. So gratefulness, very important. Can understand how much grateful Bhante Sariputta was. He could remember that long time ago, this person gave him 1 spoon of rice. Even that he could remember. So that is very important. There are friends who get the help, then they forget. And they go whenever you need help, just like nothing happened. You did nothing. Right? So gratefulness is so important. Satisfaction, no greed, gratefulness. And number 4, you need to work with the presence of mind. That is very important. Whenever you associate friends, you need to have the presence of mind. On the right time, you have to be aware that this is the time that my friend needs my advice, my help. So you won't go after, let's say something is happening, something bad is happening in that person's life. You are a friend. So you live like that. So you are not updated about this condition, and you live like nothing happened. Nothing is happening. So sometimes that person becomes completely bankrupted, or sometimes that person becomes completely homeless, and everything. So you could manage the situation. You could help that person, but on the right time, you are not there on the right spot, on the right location. Then you didn't use your presence of mind. Then what will happen is you will lose your friend. So at the same time, if you do foolish things, then at such time, so you will lose your friend. So presence of mind, using the wisdom is important in practicing, in maintaining a good friendship. That is number 4. Number 5, honesty. Honesty is so much important. If you are dishonest, then you can't maintain a good friendship. Right? If you say something in the front and if you go somewhere else and tell something else, totally different, something totally different. And if you praise in the front and if you insult at the back, then that's not a way of maintaining a good friendship. So, very important. It's very, very important for us to understand, to be honest. To be honest. So, want to say so much. And then the other one, not accepting once, so accepting when you are wrong. When you are wrong, when your friend points out that you are wrong, so you should have humbleness. You should be humble enough to accept the wrong thing as wrong thing. Yes, I am wrong. I am wrong. I accept. Let me change. As a good friend, you should change. You should, at least, you should accept when you are wrong. If not, if you try to become a person who knows all, a knows all person, then you can't make any good friendship. So be humble enough to accept the wrong when you did wrong. It as wrong. When your friend points out it as wrong, to accept it as wrong. So accepting guilt, accepting of your guilt is the sixth thing which helps us to maintain a good friendship for a long time. Then final thing, seventh one, not accepting the hearsay, the separative words of the other people. Sometimes there are people who try to separate the friends. So they create various kinds of baseless gossips and will come to you and will tell you, oh, your friend is like this. He has told the audience, he has told something like this against you. He or she had done something over there against you, told something over there against you. So don't associate him, don't associate her. So if you accept that, you have a bad quality, bad quality, and a quality which can break a friendship. Because then that friend thinks you are a person who doesn't have, you are not a factful person, a person who finds the facts, try to find the truth, a truthful friend. So that friend will think that you are a person who can be cheated and deceived easily. So such kind of people cannot be considered as good friends because they can be influenced easily. So you should not be moved at once because of the other people's gossips about your friend. So if you accept any hearsay, then you are wrong. But if you don't accept the other people's hearsay, other people's gossips, other people's negative words, other people's separative words about your friend, then you are a good friend. You have the seventh quality to maintain a good friendship. So there are seven. So number one, Mr. Juan, what is number one? Can you hear me? Mrs. Liz, can you hear me?
Yes, Bante.
Yeah, what is the quality number one?
Is to be content with what you have.
Very nice. That is the number one. We have to be content with what we have. Since the time is so we need to 10 more minutes, 10 minutes more. So let me summarize them. Number one, so you should be contented with what you get, right? And then, so we should not have too much greed, right? Number three, we have to be grateful. Number four, we have to work with the presence of mind. Number 5, we have to be honest. We should practice honesty. Number 6, we should accept when we are wrong. When the friend points out that you are wrong, don't do this, you are doing wrong. We should be humble enough to accept. And number 7, we should not accept hearsay. The other people's separative words, wrong gossips about your friend. So until you get a clarity about your friend. So these are the 7 things that you need to practice when you maintain a good friendship. So by loving kindness, what we try to do is, one thing, we try to maintain a good friendship with everyone, with all the people. And so I wish that you be able to maintain a good friendship with your own close friends. At the same time, may you be able to live friendly with all the beings in the whole universe. And now it is time to conclude. Today too, please think. All of us got together, practice this noble technique of meditation, and accumulated a lot of positive energy. By the power of that, first of all, we think of all the sick people very dearly, gaining this positive energy. Let's wish, may all of them recover very, very, very soon. May this positive energy be with all of you. By the power of this positive energy, may no harm come. May you be able to stay very healthy, and at the same time, may all your good wishes come true. Practicing this noble technique of meditation, very non-sectarian technique, this very wonderful technique, may all of us attain real peace, real happiness, purification of mind, Nibbana. Nibbana. With those thoughts in your mind, with those wishes in your mind, everyone, please join your palms together and concentrate for a very short blessing. Abhivadana Silisen Nityam Vata Pachayinu Chattaro Dhamma Vadanti Ayuvanno Sukham Balam Ayurarogya Sampatti Sagya Sampatti Nivate Ato Nibbana Sampatti Iminati Samijjato.
Sadhu,
May you,
sadhu, sadhu.
may you all be well. May you all be happy. May all of you be very peaceful. Good night, and at the same time, Merry Christmas to every one of you. Merry Christmas. Sadhu, sadhu,
Sadhu.
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 Wait for a moment. Right, Mr. Frank, good night and Merry Christmas. Right, Mrs. Liz.
Good night, Bhante.
Oh, good night and Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
All right, Mrs. Diane, good night and Merry Christmas.
Thank you, Bhante. Thank you.
All right.
Merry Christmas to you.
Oh, thank you. Mr. Howard, good night and Merry Christmas.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yeah.
Blessings to you.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Yes. Mr. Bhanu, good night and Merry Christmas.
Thank you, Bhante. You too.
Yeah. Yeah. Take care.